Hello friends, good morning and welcome to the pre-market view. Friends, a very important week coming up for all of us as we have some very important data points starting with inflation today. We have a very important earnings season going on right now, and we are seeing that at least there was much contrast in the earnings reported by Infosys, which was subpar, whereas TCS came out with extremely good set of numbers. And some of the companies which have come out from the banking space like HDFC Bank, IndusInd Bank, HDFC Limited, they have reported good set of numbers, but many more results to go, so we'll have to keep a close eye on how the numbers go for the important companies. But first of all, let's look at the global markets, friends. Over the weekend, both Europe and US had an extremely good session on Friday particularly, where European markets were up almost 1%. And US markets were up anywhere from 1.5 to 1.8%. The main trigger was provided by the JP Morgan numbers. As we all know that there was a major issues with respect to derivative losses reported by JP Morgan, and market was expecting this loss number anywhere from 8 to 9 billion dollars, whereas the actual number was much less at about 5 billion dollars. So they reported numbers which were much ahead of the market expectations, and which led to some kind of a recovery in financial sector as well as the overall market. But when we look at the Asian markets, the same strength is not reflected in the way these markets have opened, and we are seeing some flat opening for the Asian markets. Remember, Japan is closed. Also friends, over the weekend we had a very sharp recovery in the USD INR, and it closed at almost about 55.14. This was mainly because of the much better trade deficit number for India, wherein the imports fell very sharply and even exports fell, but because the trade deficit number was much better than market expectations, I think that led to some kind of a recovery. On that note, friends, let me invite Gaurav to take us through important technical levels and the ideas. Hi Gaurav, good morning. As we all know that today inflation data is going to come out, and the market expectations is that it will be about 7.6%. Last month was 7.5%, and as we also have a very important RBI meeting coming up where people have been expecting both a rate cut and the CRR cut. We would really like to know what the technical indicators are suggesting in terms of Bank Nifty and important levels, because depending upon the levels and the kind of news flow that we have, and also friends, we have earnings coming up from the banking space. Let's first take a look at the Bank Nifty and important levels there.
Yeah, as can be seen from the Delhi chart, so far Bank Nifty has been forming a pullback rally. It outperformed Nifty on the way up, where Nifty retraced 61.8% of its previous fall. Bank Nifty retraced 78.6% of its previous fall. However, the pullback rally is now complete, and at the high of 10,782.5 and from there we are expecting a fresh leg on the downside. Recently Nifty has posted a negative close for a couple of sessions, and here on we expect Bank Nifty to trade with bearish bias. Delhi KST has triggered sell signal, which indicates that momentum is turning in favor of bears. So from short term perspective, one can look for shorting Bank Nifty with reversal of Friday's high, that is 10,715, and target on the downside would be 20 DMA, which is 10,283.
Yeah, also Gaurav, on the Nifty front itself, we saw some weakness on Friday, and though it didn't break that important level of 5,200, but there is a apparent weakness there. So what is the outlook and the levels to watch out for?
Yeah, definitely. Even in case of Nifty, weakness has crept in, and Nifty has posted a weekly negative close in the last week. Also, it formed a bearish outside bar on the weekly chart, which indicates that the pullback rally has now complete at the high of 53,448.5, and here on Nifty is likely to resume with the overall downtrend. Immediate support is 20 DMA, which is around 5215. However, Delhi momentum indicator has triggered sell signal, which indicates that the moving average is likely to break on the downside. In the last trading session, Nifty formed a bearish outside bar. So the high of the bar, that is 5267 will become a key resistance from short-term perspective. Daily momentum indicator is showing sell signal. Hourly chart shows that Nifty formed an expanding ending pattern to break on the downside. It retested the pattern trend line and started falling once again. Hourly moving averages are also there to resist any upside move. So we expect Nifty to trade with bearish bias with reversal of 5267, which will be immediate resistance. And on the downside, 40-day, that is 5166 will be short-term target for Nifty.
Also, there are any important technical ideas that we could look at?
Yeah, we have a couple of stocks. First is Tata Motors. Tata Motors has broken a rising channel. It has retested the channel trend line as well as crucial daily moving averages and has started falling down. So Tata Motors will be a key stock on the downside, and key supports are 225, 217, and key resistances are 241 and 249. Next one is L&T. L&T has formed a huge ending pattern, which will be a significant pattern for any bearish move. Immediate support is next is L&T, where L&T has formed a huge ending pattern, which is a bearish pattern from short to medium term perspective. And for L&T, crucial supports are 1376 and 1334, and crucial resistances are 1423 and 1460.
Right, Gaurav, thanks a lot for that update.
Thank you.
Friends, in terms of news, as I said, we have an important inflation number that will be out today, and the market expectations are that it will be 7.6%, and the core inflation could be about 4.9%. So if we have any positive surprise there on the inflation front, then definitely market could react very positively, as you have a higher probability of a rate cut or a CRR cut from the RBI's policy meet. At the same time, if the number is not that great or it's higher than 7.6, also market could react very negatively, particularly the rate sensitive sectors like banking, auto and real estate. Friends, in terms of flows, we had 281 crore of net buying by the FIs in the cash market on Friday, whereas the domestic institutions were sellers to the tune of 370 crore. Also, in terms of other company specific news, we have Nalco news, whereby they are trying to acquire a company of 8,000 crore called Asan in Indonesia. If this deal goes through, it will be the largest PSU acquisition by any company in India. Also, friends, we had this news that Indonesia is looking at imposing 25% tax on the coal exported from Indonesia, and even the coal prices have actually corrected quite sharply. So this development could be a bit negative for companies like Tata Power and Adani Power. So from a trading perspective, one can trade in these stocks with a negative bias. Friends, in terms of tea production, we are hearing that there is a production loss of almost 30 to 40% on a daily basis in Assam, which could actually trigger off some kind of a price rise in the tea prices. And so this could be a positive news for some of the tea companies, particularly the tea plantation company like MacLeod, Russell, Jaishri Tea, and to some extent companies like Goodrich, which is in action. Also, friends, Coal India is reportedly planning to shut supply to 4 plants of Ultratech. So this is a negative development for Ultratech, and the stock could be a bit weak. And Mahindra & Mahindra, through its subsidiary SsangYong of Korea, is planning to launch 2 to 3 models of SUVs. So that stock could be in action on the back of that. Also, friends, we have important results coming out from companies like iGate, Exide and Mindtree. So these are the stocks that we'll be watching out for today. That's it from all of us on the pre-market view. Have a great trading session. See you tomorrow at the same time.